Hey folks, my name is Steve Boots with Press Progress, and I want to take some time to talk to you about this article by Luke LeBrun because I feel like it really captures something important about the current election and a larger problem with Canadian politics. Politics in general have had a problem with online toxicity for ages, and it is not a problem unique to Canadian politics, but increasingly that online toxicity is leaking into real life. I think the most striking example of that was during the convoy, when a lot of online communities found their way into the real world and caused a lot of real disruption. But this time, the online toxicity is around the Canadian federal election, and this article from Press Progress really focuses on the experience of someone you might recognize. He's become a bit of an online meme recently after a photo of him flipping some folks off went viral. His name is Matt Janes, and he was lined up to get into a Mark Carney rally. It was being protested by a bunch of folks waving around flags, and I'm not going to get into details of what was alleged to be said, but a lot of it is deeply concerning. And so James got frustrated and flipped off a person holding a camera. And since then, he's become the subject of a widespread online reaction and become a bit of a meme. The Toronto Sun called it the defining election moment. One British magazine, The Spectator, suggested it might cost Carney the win. And as a result of this, he has faced significant online blowback. A brewery that he used to be associated with issued a statement distancing themselves from him. And if you want to see some examples of the things that have been said about him online, just head over to Luke LeBrun's article on pressprogress.ca and check it out. But safe to say, not great. But my main concern is that over recent years, most of this sort of nonsense has largely stayed confined to online circles. People on the internet yell at one another, circulate memes, and generally, it doesn't break online containment. There are examples, obviously, but it's becoming increasingly common. And this is an example of that online toxicity making its way into real-world politics. Campaign events need to be safe, and protesting folks who are just lining up to attend is a concern. It creates a vicious cycle where groups try to get a rise out of one another, try to catch it on video, and just get more and more people angry. And safety at campaign events is not a partisan issue. Everybody deserves to be safe. And when folks don't feel safe attending this sort of event, it has a chilling effect. It makes it much less likely for people to attend political events. But there's another part to this. It is just another case of extremely online politics focusing on everybody but the powerful. For days, Twitter was awash with posts about this guy, and no offense to him, but what actual role or power does he have in the Liberal Party? He's a guy who was lined up for a rally. And so I appreciate Press Progress taking a moment to recognize his humanity and to give him a chance to tell his story. And if you want to hear more about his absolutely horrifying experience and the online aftermath that he's faced, head on over to pressprogress.ca and check out this article from Luke LeBrun. He goes into a lot more depth about the incident that happened in the aftermath that Matt Janes faced. And it sounds like he had a terrible time. And frankly, your heart breaks for the guy. Take care of yourselves, folks.